A crisis of justice. The plight of pending cases in India. India's legal system is grappling with a severe crisis. The number of pending court cases has reached truly staggering levels. This backlog poses a significant threat to the very foundation of our democracy. It undermines the rule of law and erodes public trust in the judiciary. Justice delayed is justice denied, and for millions of Indians, justice seems like a distant dream. The reasons for this backlog are multifaceted and complex. These include a shortage of judges and inadequate court infrastructure. Complex procedures and frequent adjournments also contribute to the delays. The consequences of this crisis are far-reaching and severe. Victims are denied closure, and the accused languish in uncertainty. The economic impact is also significant, as businesses and individuals face prolonged litigation. This backlog underscores the urgent need for comprehensive judicial reforms in India. We must prioritize efficiency and accessibility to ensure that justice is delivered promptly and fairly to all citizens. The current situation demands immediate and focused attention. We must address the root causes of this crisis. Failure to do so will have dire consequences for Indian society. The weight of the past, British-era laws and their legacy. The remnants of colonial rule still cast a long shadow over India's legal framework. For decades, India's legal system has operated under the shadow of its colonial past. The laws that govern the land today are deeply rooted in the British legal system, which was designed to serve the interests of the colonial rulers rather than the native population. The criminal laws, largely inherited from the British Raj, are outdated and inadequate for the needs of 21st century India. These laws were crafted in a time when the priorities and challenges were vastly different from what they are today. These laws, framed in a different era with different societal contexts, often fail to address contemporary crimes effectively. The legal landscape has evolved, but the laws have not kept pace, leading to a disconnect between the legal system and the society it serves. The archaic language and complex procedures inherited from the British era have contributed to the slow pace of justice. The legal jargon and procedural intricacies often make it difficult for the common man to navigate the system, resulting in delays and a backlog of cases. Moreover, these laws often do not reflect the values and aspirations of independent India. The spirit of a free and democratic nation is often at odds with the colonial mindset embedded in these laws. This has led to growing calls for legal reforms that are in tune with the country's current realities. Activists, legal experts, and the general public are increasingly voicing their demand for a legal system that is just, efficient, and reflective of modern values. The Indian Penal Code, the Criminal Procedure Code, and the Indian Evidence Act, all dating back to the 19th century, have been criticized for their colonial baggage. These foundational laws, while instrumental in the past, now seem out of place in a rapidly changing society. These laws are often seen as being more geared towards maintaining order and control rather than delivering justice. The emphasis on control reflects the priorities of a colonial regime rather than a democratic society. The continued reliance on these outdated laws has hindered India's progress towards a more just and equitable society. The legal system's inability to adapt has often resulted in miscarriages of justice and a lack of public trust. The time has come to shed the vestiges of colonialism and embrace a legal system that truly reflects the needs and aspirations of modern India. A reformed legal framework can pave the way for a more just, efficient, and inclusive society, where the law serves the people and not the other way around. A new dawn, introducing India's reformed criminal laws. In a landmark move, India has taken a decisive step towards overhauling its criminal justice system by introducing 3 new laws. The Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, and the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam. These laws, designed to replace the colonial-era Indian Penal Code, Criminal Procedure Code, and the Indian Evidence Act, respectively, mark a paradigm shift in India's legal landscape. The colonial laws, which have been in place for over a century, were often criticized for being outdated and not in tune with the current socio-economic realities of the country. The new laws aim to make the justice system more efficient, transparent, and accountable. By incorporating modern technology and practices, they seek to address the long-standing issues of delays and backlogs in the judicial process. They introduce several key changes, including stricter punishments for heinous crimes, provisions for faster trials, and measures to protect the rights of victims and witnesses. These changes are expected to act as a deterrent to crime and ensure that justice is served swiftly. The use of technology to expedite legal proceedings is a significant aspect of these reforms. From digital documentation to video conferencing, the integration of technology aims to reduce the time taken for trials and make the process more accessible to all. The Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita focuses on redefining offences and punishments. It aims to categorize crimes more clearly and ensure that the punishments are proportionate to the severity of the offences. Meanwhile, the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita deals with crime prevention and citizen security. It emphasizes the importance of community policing and proactive measures to prevent crimes before they occur. The Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam, on the other hand, aims to streamline the process of evidence collection and presentation, making it more robust and reliable. This law seeks to ensure that evidence is handled with the utmost care and integrity, thereby strengthening the foundation of the judicial process. These reforms are expected to have a profound impact on the Indian judiciary, potentially leading to faster delivery of justice and increased public confidence in the legal system. The hope is that these changes will make the legal process more approachable and fair for the common citizen. However, the success of these new laws will depend on their effective implementation. The transition from the old system to the new one will require significant effort and coordination among various stakeholders. Adequate training of legal professionals and addressing potential loopholes will be crucial to ensure that these reforms translate into tangible improvements in the lives of ordinary citizens. Continuous monitoring and feedback mechanisms will also be essential to adapt and refine the laws as needed, ensuring they remain effective and relevant in the ever-evolving legal landscape of India. The Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, BNS, redefining offences and punishments. The Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita marks a significant departure from the antiquated Indian Penal Code, which has been in place since the colonial era. It introduces new offences that reflect contemporary societal concerns such as terrorism, mob lynching, and cybercrime, which were not adequately addressed in the old code. The BNS not only introduces new offences, but also reclassifies existing ones based on their severity, ensuring that the legal system is more nuanced and just. The BNS aims to create a more just and equitable legal system by ensuring that punishments are proportionate to the crimes committed, thereby fostering a sense of fairness. One of the key features of the BNS is its emphasis on community service as a form of punishment for less serious offences, which is a progressive step towards restorative justice. This reflects a move away from the traditional emphasis on incarceration and aims to provide opportunities for rehabilitation and reintegration into society, helping offenders become productive members of the community. The BNS also introduces stricter punishments for offences against women and children, recognizing the need for stronger legal protections for these vulnerable groups. This reflects the government's commitment to addressing these pressing social issues and ensuring the safety and dignity of all citizens. The law also seeks to address the issue of organized crime by introducing stricter penalties for offences such as gang rape, human trafficking, and drug smuggling, which are serious threats to societal stability. By redefining offences and punishments, the BNS aims to create a more effective deterrent against crime and ensure that justice is served in a timely and appropriate manner, reducing the backlog of cases in the courts. The success of the BNS will depend on its ability to address the complexities of modern-day crime while upholding the principles of fairness and justice, which are the cornerstones of any effective legal system. It is a significant step towards creating a legal system that is more responsive to the needs of 21st century India, ensuring that the law evolves with the changing times and societal values. The implementation of the BNS will require extensive training and awareness among law enforcement and judicial officers to ensure its principles are effectively applied. Public awareness campaigns will also be crucial in educating citizens about their rights and responsibilities under the new legal framework, fostering a more informed and law-abiding society. The BNS represents a collective effort to modernize the legal system, involving input from various stakeholders, including legal experts, policymakers, and the general public. This collaborative approach aims to build a legal system that not only punishes, but also rehabilitates, educates, and ultimately transforms society for the better.